In order to make a primer stitch, which is going to hold down a napped fabric, a towel, or a plush fabric, fleece, you'll want to create something that will sit underneath the lettering or actual object that you're going to embroider. And I know for a lot of times we're told just to use the lace fill, but I actually had to alter this. Let's see, let's close this down for now. And if we look at the object properties, it defaults to a 4mm spacing in the columns and the rows, and I took it down to 2mm to make them closer together. But it's actually going to put more stitches in my work, just the nature of how it's designed. So my preference is to use the step fill method, which means I'm going to create, let's just do a ellipse over here. I'm first going to create just a fill stitch, and then when I open up the properties of it, I'm just going to stay with the basic. But I am going to take the stitch spacing to 2mm. I'm going to go ahead and leave the stitch length at 4, and we'll say OK. Now, something else I do like to do, sometimes I might want this just kind of fade at the edges, but for the most part, I do go ahead and do travel on edges. Apply. And it didn't take it, so I'm going back in again. Stitch length, you'll see that at 4. I know what I didn't do. Okay, and then we want 2mm. We want to go to the effects and find travel on edge, and we say apply and OK. And it's still not taking my 2. Stitch length, stitch spacing, 2. Apply. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and take off the underlay. I don't need them. It's kind of spoiling the look for me. So here's our underlay, and we'll just take that step fill off. Apply. Now that's going to give me a nice clean sew out. So now I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. 1, 2. And it's just that easy to do my step fill that is going to sit underneath something that I want to be raised above the pile of the fabric. And I know a lot of times people say just use the lace fill because it is a little bit faster. It's 1 step less, but it doesn't perform like I want it to. I actually had to go in and change that to 2 rather than the default of 4. You have other options. You can go into select, and I just find that is probably going to give the best coverage without adding extra stitches. So we'll leave that as is. And then when we look at the sew out, I'm going to delete this one. Delete. So the top one, the step fill, is my preference, and this is how it sews. It's just cleaner and faster. And I'm all about the stitch count. Now see, this one is still going. So you can see that the lace fill almost puts twice as many stitches in a design and I prefer to have the less stitches I can doing the job that I need. Thanks for watching.